Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Survival Colony. This is Ninja J03. Hope you guys really enjoyed last episode. We defeated the dragon and opened up the end, and as you can see between episodes I've been doing a little end busting, collecting a few shulker shells, and of course getting my hands on some sweet elytra. I have already enchanted these guys up. We've got Unbreaking 3 and Mending on these elytra, so they're not just falling apart as we cruise around the bay. Oh man, this has been so much fun. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've really had elytra on Java Edition, because I played Pocket Edition or Bedrock or whatever it's called now. I played that for a long time, and I had some elytra on that version, which I always found so frustrating to fly with. And I have to say, Java, flying in the Java version is so much better than playing on a phone. I mean, maybe on consoles fine in the Bedrock version, but I can say flying around on a phone is no fun. So anyway, let's take a quick look here and see what all we got from our end busting raid. So obviously I've got a couple shulker shells now, or shulker boxes I should say. I did, let's see, I think I've made up about 4 so far. There's 2 sitting over there that have a bunch of sand in that I collected. And I've got these 2 guys that have got my various end goodies that I did. I went into the end and found 2, what are they called? End cities, end towers, whatever they're called. And this is all the goodies I got, minus a couple shulker shells because I've obviously made a few boxes already, and minus the elytra, which are currently on my back. So we got a couple of shulker shells, 22 there, various diamond armor, some interesting stuff in here. Well, Crystal Vanishing's not that hot. Very nice pair of boots here. Look at those guys. Very good. Yep. Smite sword. Yep. Just good stuff. Got a dragon head, of course, off the boat where I found the elytra. A couple bits of horse armor. This always I find to be kind of funny when you find it in the end. It's like, why would there be diamond and gold horse armor in the end? There's no horses in the end. And if you had a horse in the end, it would just run right off the edge. What's that about? I don't know. Pretty excited to get my hand on these end rods, though, actually. With doing futuristic builds, I feel like we're going to have a lot of end rods in the mix, so got a stack and a quarter of end rods there, pretty good. Couple of picks and a little bit of gold, handful of diamonds, so not a bad haul. This is what I would call the treasures. And then over here in this box, this is just kind of the garbage, the other stuff. And I had room to carry it back, so I did. Iron pick. I don't know where I got an item frame from. That's weird. Brewing stand. Yeah, some iron. Purple stuff. I don't really get terribly excited about these blocks. I don't like the purple that much. I kind of like the end stone a little bit. But, the purple stuff, I don't get very excited about purple in general. Not a huge end busting trip, but just enough to kind of get me some shells, some shulker boxes. I keep calling them shulker shells, but shulker boxes. And I'm excited about that because I've definitely gotten to the point where carrying a lot of stuff around is becoming a pain in the behind. Pain in the behind. Ooh. Anyway, so this episode we're going to get back into some building. I want to do a couple of things. One is I want to start fixing up some of the quote-unquote temporary builds that we've done. Some of the things we've done have not really been, what's the best way to put it? Not really done the best way. You know, they're a little not great, a little not great. I think where we're going to do a significant amount of work this episode is going to be over at the villager area over here, the villager breeder that we made a few episodes ago, and the little trading hall area that we started episode before last, where we got our mending guys. And you can also see here between episodes I started a little bit on the other building there. I've been getting some concrete together and starting to build up the walls of the larger of these 2 buildings. That's the plan, folks. I'm gonna jump in and just start working and building, and we'll see how far we can get this episode.
Guys, welcome back. We didn't have quite enough glass to finish the building we were working on here, so I sort of brought the time lapse up short. We're going to have to really kind of double down on some creation of cyan glass, which is going to be a major component of the colony. I think it's going to be not on every building, but certainly a lot. And I currently have all the cyan glass I have left. You can see in my hotbar there, stacking plus 41, which is nowhere near enough to complete this build, plus all the other things that we have in the works. So I think we're gonna have to change gears a little bit in this episode and go set up a cactus farm, because I need the green dye. That's where I'm really falling down. Blue is no problem. We have a flower farm that gives us blue dye, but not green. Not green. That's pretty much the purview of cactus. So we're gonna have to figure out, ouch. We're gonna have to figure out a good source of cactuses. I think it's about to be cactus farm time. I'd say woohoo, but really who wants to make a cactus farm? Woohoo. Well guys, if you remember this little bunker right here from way back in the day, our little mine is down here, and we had a couple starter farms down here, and at some point I put a tiny little cactus farm down here along with this tiny little wheat farm, which I occasionally come by and grab some wheat. It's small, it's vastly inefficient. I'm sure this is not doing the job. Let's kind of have a look here. Oh my god. It's made one cactus. Okay, so this is just a colossal waste of time. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to look up something. Oh, did you see that? So that cactus, that's why there's no cactus in this thing. That cactus grew and then immediately fell on the cactus and then broke, or whatever, it despawned because it fell into the cactus. Well, no wonder I have no cactus. There went another one. Did that one come in? No, they're all just dying. They're blowing up and then they're falling straight on the cactus. This is a bad design. Yep, that's what happens when you just sort of like, well, I'm just gonna cram a little farm in here and see how it goes. Sometimes it works great, but this time it's worked badly. Well, I'm gonna go see what I can find and scout out a place to build a farm. Yay, cactus farm. Guys, I've come over here to see how many cactuses I had. I thought I had like half a stack or so, but it turns out I've only got 7. And I want to leave one here in this chest, so that leaves me with 6 cactus to start a little farm with. I guess that'll work. I have a design in mind that I sort of spied out on a video by Exumavoid. He did a myth-busting episode a couple of years ago about cactus farms, so a lot of good information there. I should look that video up. If I remember, I'll try and link that video in the description of this here video so that you guys can check it out. It was really about wasn't about specific farms, it was about the principles of getting cactus farms to be efficient, which I don't want a huge farm. I want a small, efficient farm. That's what we're going for. So, and it's going to be right over in that area there. It's going to be kind of out in front of the iron freighter and a little off to the left. There's a lake over there. So I'm going to get building, and hopefully this 6 cactuses I have will do it. Oh, that was great. Hey guys, welcome back. we are now flying over the little miniature cactus farm that I have just finished. I'll stop here and have a look at it. So there we go, just a nice little L-shaped build. Nothing too exciting. We've got 6 cactus in there, making little cactuses for us. So I kind of like this build. Sort of hangs out into the water just a touch. And here you can see the front. Nothing too fantastic or fabulous, but you know what? It's a cactus farm. I was never going to put a super amount of effort into this, so just a nice little build. I've got these decorative cactuses here to grow out in front. They'll get tall and it'll make this look better. And at some point when the rest of the colony is growing up over here, we'll probably connect it out this way with a path or something like that. So this is yet another build that I'm sort of sprinkling into the landscape. You know, the madness of my my colony base here is going to be that it's partially planned and partially sort of just grows as it goes. So I liked this spot for the cactus farm. I feel like it's going to be loaded a lot. If I'm over there, it'll be loaded. If I'm at the iron farm, it'll be loaded. Maybe if I'm at my starter camp, which is just over that way, maybe it will be loaded. So anyway, yeah. So this is it. It's a bit of a strange one. Let me show you guys how it works. Basically, I've got a little access door here where you can see the inside. So basically what's going on here is we have 6 cactus right in here. We have a little water trough down here, which goes over there, and there's a bubble vader right there in the corner, which sends things up and into this hopper system. Now, what's really going on here is these are minecart hoppers right here. And so when this cactus breaks because of these hoppers, it goes plop. And most of the cactus, I would say 8 or 9 out of 10, something like that, will get sucked up by this hopper. And occasionally one will fall down here into the water, and that's why we have this water trough going there to a bubble vader, which then those 1 or 2 out of 10 that don't go directly into these hopper minecarts will then just get thrown back into the system. So it's not very big, but this cactus farm is designed to sort of maximize cactus loss rather than just spamming, you know, 100 cactuses into a huge massive building. That's really not what I want. So yeah, I don't need a cactus farm that's going to make me like 70 million stacks of cactus. I just need something that's going to produce at a reasonable rate. And whenever I come over here, there's maybe a stack or so. Just in the course of building it, you can see there we've got almost a stack already. Although to be fair, a large portion of that 60, I'd say probably about half of it, came from a time period where this thing was half built and I didn't have the bubble vader going, so I was probably losing, you know, that 1 to 2 out of 10, so it should be a little more efficient than that. So I put just a couple little cactus pods out here, just 2 growing side by side. I really, like, when I thought of this, I was like, man, I really wish I could do a 4x4 cactus, like a double thick cactus that would go really high. That would be so cool, but obviously that does not exist in Minecraft, so... Anyway guys, well, Cactus Farm is a success. I think before we get back to building on the villager trading hall thingamabob over there, I've got some footage of some stuff that I did between episodes in the Nether, so let me show you guys that stuff. Well, hey guys, welcome back. I know that was a lot of building and a lot of time lapsing, but we really needed to get a lot of work done. We had a lot of just little things that were hanging out there, a lot of little threads that needed snipping. So in here, I have fixed this area up a little bit. I still have kind of some chest monster action going on back here, but this room I think is really, you can sort of see you can see where we're going to end up here. We've got trading hall kind of set up over here, just like this side, although there's no redstone for it yet, or it's not finished, but at least we've got the facade in. Also, you can see here the villager import machine, I guess is a good name for this thing, where we bring a villager in and we pick his trade, and then we get our immigration officer, is that what we call them? Yeah, immigration officer, to chew on him a little bit. And then we heal him up and get all of his trades up to maximum efficiency, I guess, the lowest cost anyway. So I've come through here, just buttoned this up a little bit. I moved the clock over there and I added some signs because I tend to forget about like what do these buttons and levers do. So these are really totally for me, especially this one. I have to be really careful with that one because you could accidentally have a great villager and then accidentally let the zombie kill him. So, and this drops them down below, and then potion of weakness, and then this sends them on their way. Another thing that I did is, you remember all of the rails that come over from the village breeder. You know, I had said, oh, there's temporary, there's all this glass and temporary stuff. Well, that stuff is no longer temporary. Let me kind of give you guys a little peek behind the scenes here. So, this is the rail line coming in from the village breeder. And that will take our villagers up, back here, come along here, and dump them into there. As you can see right there, we actually have a villager ready and waiting to be traded with. After that, the minecart passes on by, comes around here, and goes down here, hits this cactus, and goes into this chest, where we don't currently have any minecarts. So what I have done over here is basically, this is no longer directly connected to here. Now, in the time lapse, you saw we were building a room. And you may not really realize where that room is. So right here, we're going to do our trading, and we're going to come over here, and then we've got a little hallway down here to this room that we've been building, which is underneath the other larger room above us there. So, and this room, I'm not really wanting it to be super decorative, but I did want it to look nice because I am going to be spending some time down here. So this room is going to be a minecart hub for our villagers wherever they're coming and going in the base. This is where we're going to send them out from. And I've got quite a big space here because I don't know how much room I need. So I figure let's make a big space and we will use it accordingly. So what's happening right now is when a villager's dropped down out of the machine above after he's been traded with and we've got his trades reduced to the best possible monetary value, he'll go bloop, come down here, come out in a minecart through here, and he will then come into this transport hub room right here. And that's why I've disconnected the rail line. This is the rail line that goes up to where our mending villager is. So
if I wanted to send him this way, he'd come up this rail here and go on about his way. Now you can see there's a little hole in the wall right there. So the other thing I've done is those rail lines that drop the villagers off goes across this way. It used to just stop here. There was a bunch of mine carts back there. But what I've done is actually through here, this is where this rail line comes through. It'll drop off 5 villagers here. It'll come down this way and actually goes underneath the floor. And will come up here, and this same rail line will deliver 5 more villagers to this, the other side over here. And then from there, those spent mine carts will go on their way, and they go right there to the cactus. So you can see we've got kind of a loop-de-loo action there. So yeah, that is this is where I wanted to get. Everything that you've seen me do this episode has been to get me to the point where I can finish up this room, basically. Got the decorative elements kind of there, and we've got the redstone and everything sort of to do over here, but seeing as I've got 3 more slots to trade with here, I'll probably get these filled up. Then I'll build the redstone cart unloaders for this side, which isn't really that big a deal. It's pretty easy stuff. Yeah, and then we'll have 10 villagers to trade with. So in that building over there, we'll have even more places to trade with villagers, and I'm thinking that this spot over here, a little dangerous out here right now, but this building over here is going to probably house the rest of my librarian trades. I do intend to probably try and get all of them, just not really because I need them, just maybe as a as a collecting venture, maybe? I don't know. This is certainly enough room, and we may get some other trading fellas in here. I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes. So, yeah, lots of building this episode. It's turned out really well, including the 2 farms. You might have noticed there in the time lapse. We actually did another farm. We built a basalt generator farm, which is a pretty kind of simple affair. It was super easy to build, but let's fly over there and have a look at that. Yeah, so that's pretty good. We got 2 farms done this episode. I think next episode, I'm not sure what we might do. I feel like I want to continue the base cleaning. There's still more stuff I want to clean up and make better. Whoop. So here we go. Yeah, you guys didn't really get a good close look at this on the time lapse, but simple little basalt generator. And it's one of these things that, you know, there's just lava here, ice there, makes it, there's hoppers under there, which collects it up. So we've got quite a bit. So if I need more, I'll just come over here and whack these things. Oh, we've got some end rods missing. Whoops. Oh well, I'll have to get some end rods. One last thing I want to do before we sign off for the day is go and check on our little cactus farm we made. The little cactus farm that could. And just see how it's done as I've been flying around nearby. I've been over there quite a bit. I'm just kind of curious as to how much cactus maybe that this thing has produced. Whoop! Ow. Okay, so I'm not that good at flying. Ah, look, these have grown up all the way. That's a good sign that these have grown up. That means this area's been loaded a little bit. So let's have a look here, see what we've got. Oh, 18. I took all of the cactus out of here earlier that I showed you, that basically 1 stack. Well, that's not as high as I had hoped. It's not as good as I had hoped, but it's more than the other cactus farm was making, that's for sure. So probably, I'm guessing maybe because the trading hall's just a little too far away, and that's where I've spent most of my time recently. That's probably why we only have 18, but I'll keep an eye on this, and if ultimately this thing is not going to produce enough, or if it's in a bad place, we'll end up doing something else. But like I said earlier, I don't need 70 million stacks of cactus. A few stacks will do. So, yeah. Well, we'll just see how that goes. Guys, thanks so much for watching this episode. I do hope you will like the video and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to come back and check out more episodes of Survival Colony, where we are building a colony base, sort of future alien world with spaceships and sci-fi stuff and blah blah blah. So anyway, if that's not apparent from watching this video, that's what's going on here. So feel free to come on back, and also you check out my other series, Hidden Secrets 2. I'm a member of that server, and it's really interesting if you're a fan of Minecraft history and all the different weird quirks and changes and stuff like that. It's super challenging to work on that server and to make builds look good with all the old block palettes and all of the old redstone tech. It's super difficult stuff. Anyway, if that sounds interesting to you, also check out those videos, basically alternating between Survival Colony and Hidden Secrets 2 every week, a new video. So come on back and check it out in the future. Again, thanks so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.